Hello, and welcome to another exciting episode of Wave the Brush with me, your host, Kris, aka Mini Wargamer Kris, aka The Name Butcher, aka I'm all out of AKs. Wave the Brush, the most informative 120 minutes on the internet on the wargaming lifestyle. We'll talk about painting, terrain, conversions, and everything under the sun. We usually delve into a lot of painting talk for any new viewers. And of course, we delve into a lot of what's under the sun, which is basically no topics are barred. We'll talk about anything and everything. So, it's not a warning, but it's kind of a warning. And of course, if you are a new viewer and you're tuning in live, of course, you can always ask your questions in the chat. Always happy to help and answer questions. And of course, if I don't get to your question, then myself or the monkeys will answer your question. And of course, if you're watching this after the fact, and you're not watching this live, obviously, then you can submit your questions to Kris@miniwargaming.com. Of course, you can also join me on wavethebrush.com as well, and that'll give you the links to all the social media and all that other good stuff, and just keep you in touch with everybody. Yeah. So speaking of monkeys, who's joining us right now? That's not the window I want. Where's my window? There we go. I can see Reckless GK. What's up, everyone? Hope you're all having a wonderful day. We are, I think. Sir Peanut Butter. Good morning, everyone. Kaylin Rivers. Morning, Kris, and the rest of the monkeys. Ghost of Starman Deluxe. Hey there, monkeys. Going to build Essenhorn today. Looks like a great model. Essenhorn, is that like the old Inquisitor model? Like the big 54mm guy? Because I have a few of those guys kicking around here. I have the one with the... She's the officer, she's got the dog and everything. She's got like a shield, and I got some other mutant dude. I never played much Inquisitor though. Wasn't really my jam. Plus, I wasn't crazy about the idea of, you know, making a whole new terrain set. You know, it's kind of like Epic and playing 40k. I mean, you got like Epic terrain, which for some parts can still double as your regular 40k stuff, like hills, things like that. But you get like the buildings and the roads and, you know, really the forest and stuff like that. And they're not the same scale, and, you know, it kind of just throws you off, you know. And of course, Inquisitor, because it was bigger, you know, you have to make bigger terrain. And I mean, you know, not a lot of 40k sets cater to that kind of thing, and so I think that's in part why a lot of people really didn't play the game much. You know, there's not a lot of 54mm terrain out there. I mean, there's not a lot of 54mm games out there, so, you know, really it's not like anybody has to worry about it now, I suppose. Dark Commission, hey Kris, hey all. VJ Morph, hey, noob here, just subbed on Patreon, just wanted to say hi. Well, hi, thank you. Yuri Rova, hi Kris, glad to catch you live. Catch me live, like a Pokemon, you're catching me live. It's like, Pikachu, I choose you. I know that was lame, don't worry. Old Man Logan, hey all, first live show for me in weeks. Really weeks? Has it been weeks, old man? Because we talk all the time. Like, I talk a lot with a lot of people on Discord. Of course, if you want links to the Discord, just go to wavethebrush.com, and it'll give you all the links to all the media sites and stuff. And I talk to a lot of people on Discord throughout the week, you know, whenever I can. And of course, Old Man Logan's one that I talk a lot to. George, I talk a lot to him, and, you know, Aquamaster, and, you know, there's a lot of people that I talk to, you know, Eldari, the Eldari brothers. So, you know, like, it's a lot of fun, and, you know, and it's a great way for us to stay connected and, you know, kind of, you know, just stay connected. And of course, you can always ask your questions there in Discord as well. If I've got time to answer, I usually try and answer people's questions. And, you know, I know, like, old man Logan, he's been recently doing commission work, and, you know, wanted a wee bit of advice in that area, and, you know, help with his color scheme and help with, you know, putting the whole thing together. And, you know, I was happy to help him, and I'm sure his customer was more than happy with. We showed his commission last week on the last episode, so yeah, it was fun. Anyway, Cake Jelly 421. Hello, man. Hope you're doing well. Sent you a mail. I hope you get it to it. A mail? Did you? Oh, did you send it on the 20th? Something about ice effects. You know what? We should get to it this episode. G squared. Hey, monkeys. Hey, Kris. Hey, Denny Eccles. Sat here quietly painting and watching an old battle report on mini wargaming, and up you pop on my notifications. Good timing or what? It is good timing. It is good timing. The timing was right. For timing. For times. For timing. I'm just babbling now. Sorry, I'm trying to get something happening here. Okay, I can get rid of that window now. Thankfully. Okay. Everything's running good. All the streams are running. All the internets are working properly. Where am I in the thing? G squared. Anybody else not getting notified about new shows? I know recently in the last like couple months, I know a lot of people on YouTube channels, you have to click that notification button on the YouTube channel. I don't know exactly like what, but you know, I don't know what notifications you're talking about. Are you talking about YouTube, Twitch, or email? Because I usually do the email before the show, but I was late today, and so the email notification probably will get it in a few moments, actually. But anyway, I mean, why do you need the notifications? It's at noon. We've been doing this for years at noon on Saturdays. I'm always on, unless of course you follow me on Twitter, in which I'll say, not doing a show. Kaylin Rivers, hey Kris, how is the no smoking going? I'm at 124 days, 15 hours, 36 minutes, and 52 seconds. You're doing 124 days, 15 hours, 36 minutes, and 52 seconds better than I am. Yeah, I fell off the wagon a while back, actually. Around Christmas time, I think it was. Fell off the wagon. Started smoking. Socializing. Drinking. Stuff like that. I know. Bad, Kris. I know. Ghost to Starman Deluxe. Eisenhorn, the new Inquisitor model from the Black Library 20 celebration. He was in Dan Abnett's books. Yeah, I know. Like Dan Abnett wrote a bunch of Eisenhorn books. I have a few. I didn't know that there was a model put out by him though, by the Black Library. That's cool. Kaylin Rivers, cool model. Ghost Starman Deluxe. He's like Slime Marbo in that he's a new model, but made of fine cast. Ugh. As long as you're used to working with resin. Fine cast is like really not that bad material. It's so brittle. Oh. Congo. Age of Sigmar Snake Elves today. I know. Oh, do I know. That's going to be actually the next bit of videos you guys are going to see in the vault for all you vault members out there. You're going to be seeing a lot of Morathi. Morathi, is that what her name is? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what her name is. Big dragon serpent lady. But like she's got the little version and the big version of herself. Yeah, we'll be doing both versions. We'll be working on both. So, but yeah, that's what's going to be happening. That's going to be the next few weeks of videos, really. But yeah. Old man Logan, yep, been weeks for a live show. Coaching my son's basketball team has been keeping me away on Saturdays. Nitfink, hello everyone, hello Nitfink. Lord Law, yo, monkeys. My notifications have stopped too. I don't know. Like what? The YouTube notifications? Or is it like the email notifications? Or is it like what notifications? If it's the email one, or if it's the YouTube one, then you have to click the little bell by the subscribe button on my channel. That's mostly because that's what I see everybody's to get notifications. Because YouTube did something a while back, and apparently everybody lost those notifications and crap like that. That was a while ago. Yuri Rova. It's the bell thingy. I've Hoyt, and generally works fine. I've Hoyt. Like he hive ho, and he rings the bell. Or it's just kind of arr me Marty. Ring the bell. G squared, I'm absent-minded. Yeah. Just hit that bell, ring the bell. It's like room service. Just ring the bell. Nicholas Allen, hey monkey, crazy monkeys. Being a life age of Earth since I've caught a live show. Nicholas Allen, yes, it has been. It's been a while since I've read that name. It's been a long while. I mean, there's a lot of names that were on the monkey roster that I have not heard in a long while. Some may recall a young fellow, Pony Pledge. Who knows what happened to that young fellow? Hopefully he's well and enjoying life. Coffee. Where are we at? Ebb and Flow, sup everybody? Sup. George Hintz, hi, we'll be back soon, I hope. Okay. Danny Eccles, nice. I really liked your Roticus videos. Cool. Yeah, so Marathi, I think is her name. Marathi, expect that. And there's gonna be a couple videos next week, and then it'll be like probably like that Thursday video will be the beginning of Marathi. Thursday? Yeah, Thursday. Something like that. Excuse me. VJ Morph, I haven't watched a Blue Collar Heresy vid, but I grabbed a Kickstarter for it to get a lifetime membership. Bargain. Yeah, anytime Mini Wargaming is offering up lifetime memberships, no matter what we're selling, lifetime memberships are always, getting them when they're offered, yeah, they're steal. If it's like 300, 400, you know, it's a steal. I think Matt sets that price too low. I think it really should be a lot higher that we set that price to, but not my call. And people love it, and it seems to be the right price that a lot of people are like, yeah, that's it. I'll get it for that price, because you know what? Like, really, anybody who's kind of hemming and hawing about being a vault member, you know, like, it's like, okay, well, how much money, you know, what is something? And I mean, like, it's like $5 a month, right? But it gives you tons of access to tons of stuff, and if you're tuning into me, I mean, you know, you're interested in painting and stuff, and I have thousands, over 1,000 quick tip videos. How many quick tip videos are in the vault now? Let me see here. I'm gonna go over to Mini Wargaming, because if you go over to miniwargaming.com and then click the video tag cloud, it gives you the links or the numbers of videos. And so under Kris, there are 1472. How many quick tips? Quick tips are 1,103 quick tips. So there you go. So there are 1,103 quick tips. Not to mention all the painting tutorials. Under tutorials, we have 1873. We're nearing on 2,000 tutorials. Who else has 2,000 tutorials of varying topics? Like quick tips, varying topics. So, you tell me. Not to, you know, blow my own horn, as it were, but you tell me. Oh, where the hell am I? Reckless GK says get the notifications all the time. 2 emails, YouTube, and all. Okay. It's VJ Morph, such great content in there. Yeah, I can totally agree. Yeah, I mean, it's not just my paint videos in there. There's also Janine, our how-to painter, and then of course, you know, all the extra crazy crap that we offer in battle reports and, you know, behind the scene type stuff. And yeah. Lord Law, YouTube notifications. LOL, I'll check the bell thingy. I didn't know YouTube rested. Yeah, there was a while back, a lot of people, like if you ever watch a lot of YouTube, a lot of YouTubers were saying, well, click the bell thing, because YouTube did something a while back and people weren't getting notifications. And so you had to deliberately click that bell to get the notifications that you know, stuff was occurring, and, you know, there was new things to the channel and stuff like that. Caitlin Rivers, Kris, you know how Josh did his arm shield? Send in to make his new army? Had a weird thought. If we could find a monkey type mini in 28mm size, and you do one for you, and we each do one for next. Ourselves, then you can put the pictures on the web of the painted minis and make a diorama of a college class room with you teaching painting. Okay, I've almost got a handle on this sentence. You want to get a bunch of pictures of monkeys, painted miniature monkeys, and then have myself teaching those monkeys as a picture, right? That's what we're talking about. Either way, it sounds like fun. Let's do it. Everybody, paint up a monkey. Dr. Santos, greeting monkeys, greetings. Reckless GK, I always watch, just usually work on minis and never post in the comments. Ah, okay. Doc Eon, happy Saturday. Happy Saturday, Doc. Been a while since I read that name. Reckless GK, it looks like I haven't watched in a long time, LOL, but I do since I was Mini Warcrafts. Oh, okay. Oh, I remember Mini Warcrafts. The Grunt Orc, oh yay, show. Sugars, ahoy. The Grunt Orc, happy day, hello, hello. Lord Law, I usually download the shows to MP3 and listen to them when I drive for work. Interesting. Now, is that something I should be doing on my end? Like, is that something that a lot of people would I don't know, would find useful, I suppose? If I made MP3s of this entire program and, you know, had them available for, like, iTunes or whatever the hell? What was the free one for? I mean, you can just upload them. I guess I could just upload them to waythebrush.com, right? And just have it just like a download page. And you guys can just download the audio files. Then I have to find a server for that, because I don't think the web hosters will host that kind of thing. I'd have to go like somebody like Amazon or something like that and host that file size. Either way, maybe I'll look into it. We'll see what it takes to do MP3. If you guys think so, if it's not like if it's only one or two of you, and you know you're just doing it yourselves, then you know maybe we'll leave well enough alone. But if everybody else is like, oh no, you know, if there's a lot of you out there, I mean, then you know, leave a comment below saying, you know, yeah, Kris, that's a good idea. Let's do a bunch of podcasts or audio casts of these or whatever. I don't know. Let's just get the audio. Yuri Rova, Jokoro, Sugars, yeah, Jokers are monkeys. So we get a bunch of Jokeros and put them in like a big diorama. And I think I was getting where he was going with this, right? Where's it? Kaylin? Yeah, Kaylin was talking about this. So everybody does a monkey and then sends it in to me, and then I make a diorama with everybody's monkeys. Whoa, that didn't sound right, but I think that's what he means. Kaylin Rivers, you paint a min for you, and we all send in one. Then you take a group picture for Way the Brush site. Yeah, okay, I think I got you. So I do up a monkey of myself. Everybody else does a monkey of themselves and sends a monkey in. And then I make a classroom, essentially, out of all the monkeys and take a picture of it. Leave me a note, guys, if you guys think if that's a fun idea. If anybody wants to partake in that, that's something. I mean, that could be fun. That could be fun. I don't know what monkey I'd do though. Taylor and Kris, great silverback gorilla, father of the troop. Yeah, sure, why not? Lord Law, yeah, I just downloaded a YouTube downloader and make MP3 so I can listen because I travel for work. Yeah, That'd be kind of cool. Arc13, hello everyone, hello. Sugars, does anywhere sell gorilla minis? Yes. What the hell? The Dust Tactics. The Dust game, they have gorillas in it because the Nazis have like gorillas with like guns on them and stuff like that. And I'm sure you can probably find a gorilla mini from Reaper. And I'll bet you Reaper probably has other monkey miniatures as well. Reaper is probably one of the most likely places you're going to find. How good the sculpts are, I have no idea. But, yeah. Reaper and Dust. Dust has silverback girls that got like machine guns on them and stuff. It's kind of crazy. It's like for the conflict 47 or something like that. I think that's what it is. Caleb, yes, now I got it. Yeah, I got it now. It took a while for me to process. I'm sometimes a little slow, so you know, you got to give me a sec. But yeah. Ram V, hey monkeys, hey Kris, hey Ram V. Reckless GK, episode 139. Blowing our horns and playing with our monkeys. It's not 139, it's 193. Todd Sitch. I like the monkey idea. I like the monkey idea too. I mean, hey, I mean, like, if we get a bunch of people in on this, I mean, you know, it could be quite a spectacle. Especially if everybody paints up a little monkey and sends it in. Yeah. I'd like it. I mean, that'd be fun because then I'd be compelled to make a little classroom for however number of monkeys I end up with, and make like a classroom, and then you know, take a picture of it. Dr. Santos, a very fine idea. We should have something akin to it. Yes, I think so. That's a kind of fun idea. Everybody paints up a monkey, like a monkey that represents themselves. You know, I have no idea what a monkey I would paint myself up as. I don't know if anybody makes those tamarin monkeys, because I would do the tamarin monkey because that's what I based the Way the Brush monkey logo on the tamarin monkey because he's got the big mustache, right? So that's why. That's why. Kayla Rivers, we need conversions of monkeys with paintbrushes. Peter, oh, I'm not even going to say that last name. Hello, Kris. Got a question. How to motivate myself after a long, hard day of work, taking care of my little kid, and after all that, just not lay down on the couch and go for lay on the couch, but go and build something. Thanks. Motivation. That's always a hard one, and I'm probably one of the last guys on this planet to be, you know, offering, you know, motivational topics on, you know, getting fired up and, you know, I mean, because oftentimes I'll go and sit on the couch and I'll watch Netflix and, you know, I mean, I should be, you know, working on a project. Like right now, I've got a project that I want to get done for Crystal Brush and I'm still building the damn thing. I mean, like I'm really cutting it close here. And so, you know, it's just really kind of priorities. It's kind of like when you go on a diet, I suppose. You know what I mean? Like, you know, you just kind of have to like say, no, I'm not going to go watch TV. I'm not going to go just sit on the couch and just veg out for a few hours. I'm going to go sit in my study. You know, my baby's, you know, taken care of, sleeping soundly, fed, everything's good. I'm going to go play with my models for a little bit. And, you know, chill out, right? And sometimes that actually might be the best therapy because sometimes it can be quite stressful some days. And, you know, sometimes when we're just sitting there vegetating in front of the TV, you know, we're not really paying attention to the show anyway. We're just kind of vegetating and just reflecting, and you know what I mean? And so, you know, that it might actually be better for you to actually go sit down at your desk and, you know, or wherever your workstation is, and, you know, and just start assembling models. You just start with something simple, you know, just I got a few models put together and I'll just start, you know, cutting them free from the sprues, cleaning the mold lines, and, you know, just kind of take your time with it, you know, just take your time, just chill out and just, you know, let your brain wander, you know. But as far as getting that motivation going, man, like I said, it's kind of like a diet. It's just you gotta just kind of, I'm gonna do it. Get this junk food out of here. You know, leave the TV off. Just leave the TV off. Or when you put the baby to bed, turn the TV off, and then go sit and go work in your study or something like that. You know. But yeah, you kind of have to just you know, just have to kick yourself in the ass and just do it. You know, kind of thing. I know that's not a terribly exciting bit of advice, but yeah, I mean, like, motivation. I mean, I lack a lot of motivation at times too. So I mean, you know, and oftentimes it's often me kind of trying to kick myself in the butt, kind of thing, right? So yeah. So hopefully that helps. I think it's just, you know, knuckling down. Just as soon as you get the kid off the bed, you know, pour yourself you know, glass of juice. Sit down at your study and just start working on something. Turn TV off. Don't even pay attention to TV. Maybe put on a little bit of music or favorite podcasts or whatever, you know, and just chill out. Lord Law at Kris, how do you fix it to the flying stand you use? How do I fix what? 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 How do I fix it to the flying stand you use? How do I fix what? Oh, I missed something. VJ Morph. Kris, about to paint Tower Devilfish, debating buying my first airbrush to put down base coat. Worth it? Or should I get just regular brush it and leave it with streaks? Well, if you thin the paint out and you're doing it by brush, and you're doing it by, say, like a 1-inch brush, and you're painting the entire Devilfish, you can have the paint thinned out, and, you know, be mindful of your brush strokes. So if you're going, like, say, you know, left to right with your brush strokes, then the next layer should be up and down kind of brush strokes, and then left to right, and that'll minimize brush strokes on the surface. As long as you're working with the paint in a fairly thinned out consistency, you should, you know, get a fairly smooth result on a large surface, especially if you're doing in, you know, multiple layers, probably with like 4 layers. But if you're doing it with a 1-inch brush, it really won't take that long, and, you know, so you should be fine. And, you know, you just lay a couple layers down and bang, you know, you're done. And I mean, if you're getting an airbrush just for that one tank, not necessary. I mean, if you have the resources to pick up an airbrush and pick up paints and, you know, all the little things you're going to need for it, and then by all means, go ahead. Because it will speed up your painting process for a lot more projects ahead. Right? So if you got, like, say, you know, 6 devilfish to do, then yeah, you're going to whip through your devilfish real fast, you know? And you might look into getting, like, stencils and, you know, things of that nature, and, you know, man, there's all sorts of stuff you can get into, you know, once you start getting into airbrushing. Whole new set of techniques. Plus, too, I mean, you know, it's not like you can just pick up an airbrush and just start blah, 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 blah. You know, there is a learning curve as well, you know, so be mindful of that. I take it Josh is in here. Josh, Mini Wargamer Josh. Oh yeah, Mini War. I see. Gummy nerds, so to speak. I don't know. Yeah, see, I'm out of the loop now. I'm out of the loop. I don't know what's going on. Old Man Logan. One suggestion for motivation: sit back and listen to Black Library auto drama. Kind of takes you into the universe of that painting mindset. Yeah, excellent. Yeah, that's like listen to music, favorite podcast, audiobook, what have you. Yeah, excellent idea. Dustin Reeves, when are we going to get Battle of the Beard and the Mustache between Josh and Kris? I don't know. Josh and I haven't played in a long time. Not since the War Machine days, really, because we've never played 40k against each other. I don't think. Have we, Josh? I don't think so. Everybody seems to be playing 40k these days. Nobody's playing War Machine around here. And yeah. Unless, of course, we dust off the War Machine. I haven't played by the new rules, though. But apparently Company of Iron is supposed to be pretty good. So it could be kind of fun, I suppose. Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, Josh and I, yeah, we haven't played. Well, I haven't played really anybody other than Steve. I've played Dave. I played Matt Blood Bowl, not 40K. That's it. Oh, and Dan. Dan, we played a big apocalypse game one time. But otherwise, yeah, I played a lot of Steve at 40K. I've never played Luca. I've never played Josh at 40K, I don't think. Who the hell else is on there? Oh, Quirk. I've played Quirk a few times, but I don't know if we've played on camera. Because we've done like a lot of tournament type stuff and, you know, getting ready for tournaments and stuff. But yeah. Because a lot of my 40K playing, like this edition of 40K, I've played a ton of games. I've played a ton of games, for me anyway, in all the versions other than maybe first and second. First and second edition 40K, played a whack ton. Third edition, played quite a few games. Fourth edition, not so much. Fifth edition, I don't think I played very many. Six was when we were around here. Didn't play a lot of six. Had a few, I think, but not many. Seventh, I don't think I played any seventh. Or did I play some seventh? Crap, I can't remember. Either way, yeah. But this 8th edition, I played a lot, and because I've been playing a lot in tournaments as well, and so yeah, it's been fun. It's a great way to get a lot of games in. Where am I in the comments? I can't tell because I'm lost, and this thing doesn't let me scroll back. Lord Law, yeah, Chris, you missed the first part of the question. 2 lines above it, LOL, had to split, so you can only type 200 question. Okay, well, what the hell is the question? I took the time to read the sentence. He didn't tell me what his question was. VJ Moore, thanks, Chris. Doing one, so I think I'll follow that tip and regular brush it. Yeah, just regular brush it. Just thin your base coat down, and you know, if you find your brush strokes are going left to right along the model, then the next layer, brush strokes go up and down. Then the next layer, left and right. Because basically what you're doing is you're building a lattice work, right? So if the brush strokes are like this, and then these brush strokes are going this way, and you see how they overlap like that, and so the more they overlap, and you get like this whole weave pattern, and it's smooth, it creates a smoother surface. So, something to be mindful of. Mini Wargamer Josh. No, 40K I can't remember. No, I don't think so. I don't think we've ever played 40K. Lord Law, I found a vampire hunter and was wondering how you fix it to the flying stand you use. Oh, okay. So the vampire. Gotcha. Okay. The vampire is sitting on a, I believe it is a 12-inch, 1-inch acrylic rod. The acrylic rod, you know what? Maybe I'll pull it down for you guys. Hold on. Let's see if I can do this without trashing my office. Woohoo, this is scary. Woo-wee. Did everybody's finger just tense up there a moment ago? Okay, so vampire. Whew, he's dusty too. Look at how much dust is all over him. It's because I airbrush in my office, and you know it gets really dusty. But yeah, see, look at that, nice and shiny though. And so really quickly here, while we're talking about the vampire, I'm gonna take my dusting brush here. Whew, you just see a cloud coming right off this thing. Yeah, so we got into the topic of dusting models a few weeks back, I think. And this is all I do. Now, mind you, a lot of times my models are protected with a heavy gloss layer. So doing this isn't really, you know, scary. Like I'm not gonna pull at the decals or anything like that because, you know, I've got like such a heavy layer of gloss on these things that, you know, I'm not too concerned about it, right? And so, whew. It's like sweeping up a porch after a dust storm kind of thing. It's just, I don't know why I came to that kind of thought, but anyway. So, mounting this guy. So he's on a 1-inch, and I do believe this is 12 inches, or maybe it's 14 inches. Where the hell's my measuring tape? Crap, I don't have my measuring tape around. Oh, wait. Oh. Yeah, got measuring tape. Steelers. Anyway. Like anybody cares, right? Maybe it's 16 inches? Oh no, it's 12. Okay, yeah. It's a 12-inch acrylic rod. Okay, 1 inch thick. And now basically with the vampire, this is the Vampire Hunter. So this is the one with the pulse cannons, the pulsars. And the really stupid thing about this model is that the center of gravity is at the point and where this docking door connects up to the body. And so actually I had to build up the connecting point. You can see here there's a lot of green stuff work around this area, because this is basically right here. You can see that's the hinge, and that's the center of gravity of this model. And so it's actually a really big pain. And then of course there's a magnet here as well. So anyway, I strengthened this area up with green stuff, built this all area up all over the place, and just, you know, basically forgo, you know, ever having this door open or anything like that, right? And drilled 2 holes with a magnet in the center, because now where to set this guy? Holy crap. I have nowhere to set this guy. I can't set him down. So basically what I did was, as you can see on the end of the rod, I carved out a space to fit a magnet. And this is, I think, a 1/4 inch magnet. What particular size of magnet this is, I can't remember. But it's, yeah, it looks like it's about a 1/4 inch, right? Because it's not 1/2 inch. 1/2 inch would be a little bit bigger than that, I believe. Or maybe it is 1/2 inch. Maybe that is a 1/2 inch. Because if this is a 1 inch rod, that's half the size. That should be 1/2 inch then? Is that the way it would work? Either way. And then, of course, I stuck 2 brass pins in, just to stop the model from rotating. And that's it. That's all I did for the vampire. You know, nothing fancy. Really, the hard part was in the assembly of the vampire, because it's all pinned together inside. And then working out that center of gravity for the model so that, you know, it sits there just fine. But otherwise, yeah, so he can come off his base just fine. It's magnetized with 2 pins so that it stays on the rod, and the pins also keep it in place, because the pins actually are pretty high, right? I mean, I left about 1 centimeter on each pin, and so he connects up just fine to it. And yeah, you know. Of course, too, when I built it as well, I also green stuffed the hell out of the connecting points here and here along the bodies, so it's all seamless. But yeah, that's my vampire. Pew 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 pew. And believe it or not, kids. Oh Jesus! I almost knocked shit over here. Believe it or not, it's not done. Believe it or not. Pew pew. Now, watch as I attempt to put this back onto the shelf. Oh man! Anybody's butts tensing up yet? There we go. I'm watching the replay on my screen here. It's kind of hilarious. It's like, oh my god. Oh my god. Gummy nerds. Steelers? Yeah, Steelers, man. Steelers, buddy. That's who I root for. Steelers, Steelers. Gummy nerds. Another tight butthole moment. Mini Wargamer Josh, I felt like destroying something beautiful. What? Huh? Who? On the what? What? La La Levy. What do you think about the idea of arming teachers at schools? I think it's a stupid idea. I mean, like, have you ever, okay, like, first of all, they took a long time to remove those wooden paddles from teachers and from beating the kids. If you gave the teachers a gun, they're more likely to use it on the damn students than they are any force that's coming to attack or anything like that. I mean, like, or even some snapped out kid or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, no, the teachers. That's a horrible idea. It's a horrible idea. Arming teachers. No, if anything, the buildings. I mean, like, if you're not going to change gun laws, and you're only going to address the symptoms, and not going to address the actual problem, then metal detectors at all access points. Security armed or not, it doesn't really matter. But if the building is got metal detectors, and now I know that there are guns out there that can defeat metal detectors, but those guns tend to be quite pricey and kind of rare, and so But otherwise, as far as arming teachers, no, it's a horrible idea. It's a stupid idea. It's not gonna solve anything. If you're only gonna just treat, if you're only gonna do a Band-Aid type solution, then put metal detectors at all the schools at all access points and lock the schools down, and have them locked down, and have the strictest security. Basically, because I mean, like, if you can do it for stadiums and government buildings and things of that nature, and and you prevent most people from flipping out and going into a government building and shooting up the place, then I mean, it must work, right? It's a mostly deterrent, right? So yeah, why not then? If you're just going to do a Band-Aid type solution, metal detectors at schools. That's it. Mini Worker Josh. People were talking about Fight Club. Fight Club. You don't talk about Fight Club. Who was that? Who's talking about Fight Club? Because you don't talk about Fight Club. Yeah, I felt like something struck something beautiful. Fight Club quote. Well, I know it was a Fight Club quote. But why are we talking Fight Club? Because you're not supposed to be talking about Fight Club. Gummy nerds, let's not wreck the show with silly political talk. Well, it's not political. I mean, it's common sense. There's nothing political about it, really. Gun safety? Come on. Nicholas Allen, mutually assured destruction is never a viable tactic. No. I don't know. It seemed to work for the most part during the Cold War. Mad Hoser, word to your mamas. Word. Word. Yo, word. Gummy nerds, no gun talk please, no school talk please. Let's talk paint, plastic, resin, models, dusting. Yeah, dusting. And Nurgle Bums. Dark Commission, Nurgle Bums. We have to talk about Nurgle Bums. Okay, let's talk about them. Eric Fountain. Arming teachers, maybe if we can stop teachers from sleeping with students first. Yeah, but is that really a problem? Because I had this one hot French teacher way back in the day, and it would not have scarred me emotionally if I was having some sort of interlude with her. Interlude is that some people say? You know what I mean? So I don't know. Gummy nerds, it is political talk if one is talking about government schools. Sure. Why not? Old Man Logan, there was one, possibly 3 armed trained officers outside the school who did not go in, and some folks think armed teachers are the solution. No, that's what I said. That's a horrible idea. Yeah, and even the people who are supposed to be trained security officers, or even police officers for that matter, right? you know, when the bullets start flying, you know, I mean, like, that's a matter of courage, you know, even soldiers, right? It's not until the first time soldiers, you know, enter battle that they really, truly know, you know, the horror of that situation, you know? So, you know, it's kind of tough guy talk, you know? No, we'll arm the teachers. Give me a freaking break. That's ridiculous. The teacher's more likely to use the gun on the student. I know if I was a teacher and I had some rambunctious kid, I'd be like freaking Dirty Harry out there. Just, you feel lucky, punk? Pulling my gun out all the time. Matt Hoser. Tolo. Eh? Matt Hoser. A MILF. A madam is looking French. I like that. VJ Morph. Kris, I regularly hang out on Adam Tabletop Minion streams, and stories about him you can share that I can use for chat ribbing. Well, I've met him a couple times. I mean, we've sat and talked and, you know, laughed. I don't know him that well enough, like any of his foibles or anything like that. He's like how you see him in his stream is pretty much his mannerisms you see, you know, all the time. Like when you're just sitting talking with him and just being, you know, regular people. I mean, he's a cool dude. I mean, I got nothing negative to say. I mean, like, you know, I mean, nothing negative to say, but like nothing I could say. Well, you know, you could rib him about this or rib him about that, or you know what I mean, like. Yeah, no, I don't well him that well enough. So, yeah. And yeah, I wouldn't give you the ammo anyway, because I like torturing people myself, and I don't like, you know, handing out too much of my ammo to people to, like, you know, torture other people with. I like to torture people myself because it makes our interactions much more interesting. Where am I? Ghost of Starman Deluxe can talk about Nurglebums for hours, but one word about Fight Club, and he's freaking stab you. He'll freaking stab you. Because yet, don't talk about Fight Club. Let's talk about Nurglebums. We can talk Nurglebums all day. We can talk about the consistency, the firmness, you know, the complexion, right? There's many different facets to a Nurglebum we can talk about, but you can't talk about Fight Club. The first rule. I don't know why it's so hard to understand. It's the first freaking rule of Fight Club. Dark Commission episode 193, Politics or Hairy Nurglebums? I know where I stand. Mad Maxim 81. Hey people, have I missed anything special? No, we're just talking about politics and Nurglebums. It's a on par kind of show today. Holy crap, what time are we at? Holy moly, it's almost 1. I better get some emails done here soon, eh? And I beat everybody to it, because no, I don't see anybody saying, oh, do email. Oh wait, damn it, Aaron did it. I missed Aaron's comment. He said, yeah, do some emails. Damn it. Congo, Kris is the worst Fight Club secret keeper. He keeps talking about it. I don't keep talking about it. You guys keep talking about it. You guys keep saying, let's talk about Fight Club. Let's quote Fight Club. Let's talk about Fight Club. Swiss Toby, worker bees can leave. Even drones can fly away. The queen is their slave. Today I feel like quoting Fight Club. Note that I am quoting it. I am not talking about it. I don't talk about Fight Club. Mad Max 81. Have there been any emails yet? No. I've still been on a rant since the beginning of the show, so yeah. It's been that kind of day. So let's do some emails. Where are we here? There we go. All right, kids, headphone time. Email time. Email time. And of course, we always have to say thank you to Guymere Alfer, aka Carl, aka Beer and Blood Bowl, that's his YouTube channel, for taking the time out of his busy schedule to... Sorry, I had to hide the email there. To provide, you know, those happy little jingles that we all know and love for our email segments. Because they put a smile on our face. And, you know, if we aren't enjoying this hobby, then what the hell are we doing? This is an email from Waylander. Hey Kris, I just wanted to share a bunch of photos showing my painting progress. I started painting back in 6th edition. The Devastator's Bone Land Raider and bikes are some of my first attempts at a proper paint job. After painting about 2,000 points at a similar level, I then started to watch some tutorials and decided to try and improve. Awesome. I started a Tyranid army and continued to work on my Dark Angel collection. Attached are some of my recent painting attempts. Feel free to give me some feedback to help me to get to that next step, but I mainly wanted to share my progress so perhaps some of the newer painters in your audience can see what happens when you work at it. Cheers, Waylander. And so awesome, so thank you. And let's have a peek at his work. Now, these are fairly recent pieces. Are these old? If these are some of his older pieces, these are pretty good, as they're nice and clean. I kind of dig the old style kind of flock on the base too. It's like that heavy wood chip. But I mean, like, paint looks like it should be where it should be, right? You know, it's nice and clean. Looks like he threw a shade wash on it. You know, something like Agrax or shade or something like that. Let's have a closer look here. You know, for the most part, the paint looks pretty smooth. Just be careful of mold lines. See there. So I'm going to assume these are some of his earlier attempts, but still really good. If these are later attempts, these are still really good. Land Raider. Yeah, so you can kind of see the brush strokes. And, you know. Yeah, see, I think the Space Marines are later because these look like two different painters painting here. So I think those Space Marines are his latest efforts. And I think this Land Raider is one of his earlier efforts. As the control is not the same. It's not bad here, but you can definitely see the improvement. The control of color also is a big difference as well, I think, because these show a lot more control, which is good. Neatness, you know, which helps. And so, whereas here you can see some of it's kind of falling out of line, stuff like that. It's not entirely smooth. You know, I can see some paint in areas, hidden other areas. It looks like this tank also was primed black, and it looks like he had a wicked time trying to build up that bone color on top of it. At least that's the way it looks. I could be wrong. Could be the heavy prime layer. But, yeah, I think he primed it black and then built that bone up on top, which, you know, if you want it bright, you prime it white, right? Oh, look at this. Nice. Nice and clean. Yeah, I mean, like, you know, there's nothing wrong. Oh, look, he's got some edge highlighting going on. That's good. You know, nothing wrong with staying within the comfort zone as long as you're happy. Oh, these are recent. Now these look actually a little bit different here. So I'm inclined to think that these were some time ago. He's even trying some OSL out on the headlamps, which is pretty brave. But the NIDs, yeah, see a lot more neatness. Look how controlled the brush strokes look. Yeah. Also, going away from any kind of codex kind of color schemes. Making up his own color scheme, it looks like. Nice little bit of dry brushing on the wings there. Bring out that nice gradient of color in there, which works. Yeah, see, look at this. Much more control over color here. Edge highlighting is nice and neat. You can definitely see the progression in your skill, definitely. And again, interesting color scheme. It's like a kind of mega gene sealer kind of color scheme or something. That's what it reminds me of anyway. This might be a newer Land Raider attempt. Barrels. Drill out the barrels. Nice. I'm going to assume the main base coat on the tank was done by hand, as it just looks like some inconsistencies in that surface. It's not a bad thing. Oh yeah. Definitely those pop. Like you can see all the little details and like all the feathers and everything like that. Very nice. Newer Space Marines, looks like. Very nice. He's got decals going on. Got edge highlightings. Overall, very good. Using different basing techniques. Awesome stuff. Thank you for sending that in, Waylander. I think you're progressing just fantastically. I think you know, exercising the control of your paint over the lines and stuff, doing edge highlighting and you know, things like that. You know, awesome. You know, from your painting from way back in the day, you know, it looks like you've learned a lot in, you know, controlling the color and getting a smoother base coat down, which is also excellent. As far as anything that's going to get you to that next level, is just further mastery of the thickness of the paint. And I noticed it seems like you're doing a lot of dry brushing to achieve effects. I think once you find that the dry brushing can only get so far, especially if you're trying to push a lot of colors, that you may want to try and start looking at doing blends, you know, wet blends, feathering, you know, things like that. Those might help push to the next level. But otherwise, fantastic work, man. I think that looks excellent. And thank you for sending the email in. And feel free to send me more pictures of your work, because I dug those Tyranids. Those were really cool and, you know, awesome stuff. Swiss Toby, the Dark Angels and Nids are really cool. Yes. Dr. Williams, and show is ruined. Bye, guys. Catch the replay. Why was the show ruined? What happened? What did he do? What did I do? Did he do something? I do something? Don't know. The show's ruined. I don't know. Gummy nerds, I know, right? Serious business. Maybe they need carapace armor. I don't know. Let's do another email, because we can. This one is from a la carte Colt. Damn it, why is it showing the emails? Oh, probably because of this stupid little thing. I'm running low on my Google space, and so now I got this little bar above my damn screen that says freeing up space, so purchase additional space. Anyway, this is from a la carte Colt. Hey Chris, sorry it's been long since I sent anything and watched the show live, but now I'm back. I was busy moving from Washington State to Virginia, And now at full swing, I am doing paint commissions on the side, so hope I'm doing my painting justice. These are some of the commissions that I am working on or finished. Calgar is done, the Storm Surge is done, but the Demon Princess is a work in progress. Still got highlights to do, but also kind of stuck in what else to do to make it stand out more. Any help would be great. Thank you. Sorry for the lighting is a little blue for some reason. I have a light box and a camera on its way, but got look at more professional on the photos if I'm going to do this right. Also, Nurgle Bum. A la carte Colt. Ordnance Commissions. Ordnance Commissions. That's kind of a cool name. And so let's have a look at his commission work. And I think this is pretty awesome. So, nice and neat. Picked out a lot of the details here. Like the gold. Yeah, I like that. Nice and clean. The blue is nice and clean. The Crux Terminatus, though, it feels like it's a bit heavy on the white. And I'm wondering if you go with a light gray first, or what? Or maybe this is a fine cast thing. Is this a fine cast model? It's probably fine cast. We'll blame fine cast. Yeah, his face always seems to be out of focus there. I'd like to see the face a bit. I think the next thing to upping your game, as it were, I think is completing like little effects like the lenses, gemstones, things of that nature. Getting these really tiny details, freehanding in names and words and such. Oh, look at this. Creature caster. Demon. Love the colors. Like the wings. Oh, the wings have that texture. I've seen this model before and I didn't know. I thought people were freehanding that design on the wings. I didn't realize it was designed into the wings. But that's very, very cool. Creepy. Yeah. Me likey. As far as, I mean, like, if your customers are happy, I mean, like, and, your customers are happy, I mean, I think, like, in areas like the thigh, I think, pushing the shadow points further towards the knee joints, or bringing further highlights to these high points on these striations in the legs, stuff like that, the striations in the collar, between the sternum here, along the wings, stuff like that, just bringing a bit more contrast to those kind of areas, but really, really cool. I was recently toying with the idea of picking up this model myself, as it was quite interesting. Definitely like the effects you got going on in the blades and stuff. I assume that's patina, right? That's not a glowing effect. Yeah, I think it's a patina you got going on. Very, very cool. Oh, look at this guy. The Storm Surge. Nice and neat and clean. Oh, we got some weathering going on. Awesome. Yeah, I think that's the next step in your game, is doing up the lenses and stuff. Getting those little details. Especially if in the cockpit, like if you're not doing that kind of effect, I think would really help. But really nice. It's such a big scary model too for Tau. All those freaking guns and missiles and shooty. Were you going for a glowing effect on some of these vents and stuff? Is that what was going on here? I'm not sure. It almost looks like you were, but because you can see on the back power cables and stuff like that, it looks like it might have been like a glowing effect. And it's kind of tough on a white model to do OSL, so interesting. Oh, was that it? Oh, that was it. That was it. That's all of them. So thank you, a la carte, for sending that in. Awesome stuff. Yeah, I think really, where your work will really begin to shine is that when you start doing those little lenses and the transitional details and stuff like that. Start throwing in decals and, you know, yeah. VJ Morph, nice smooth color blending on the butt cheeks. Yep. Pyre Captain Daniel, Kris, you still haven't done your Swedish Chef quick tip. I know. I know. Ah, man. VJ Morph, speaking of dry brushing, Kris, you don't seem to do it much. Do you feel it more of an amateur technique? No, not at all. And I still do it. In fact, you'll probably see me doing it this Monday in the vault. You'll see the video because I was showing a quick way of painting something, and not that dry brushing is a fast way to any particular thing, but it is a fairly efficient technique for capturing like the fine edges of stuff and the texture and, you know, things like that. It's really hard to beat dry brushing in that regards. I think really where dry brushing you know, kind of falls short is when you're doing multiple layers of it, say about 4 or 5 layers of dry brushing. That's where you want to stop. You only really want to ever do like maybe 2 or 3 layers of color of dry brushing. And so to get those really great color transitions, you really start to need to practice blendings, especially if you're doing it on larger surfaces, just because, you know, dry brushing is only going to get you so far. And dry brushing is a fantastic way of getting color transitions and gradients and, you know, and picking up texture, but it does require a lot of mastery as well. And knowing when to use it, when not to use it, how far to push it, and when to stop. So, is it an amateur technique? No, because it does require a lot of nuance to master dry brushing. You know, dry brushing. One of the first things, if you feel the model moving in your hand, you're dry brushing too hard. You're applying pressure. You're applying too much pressure. Just the bristles should be touching the model, and that shouldn't move the model very much in your hand. Like if your model's like going boom, 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 you know what I mean, while you're dry brushing too hard. Removing the right amount of paint from the bristles also, and how light a hand, and also how your brush stroke matters. Those are all factors that play into dry brushing, good dry brushing. And of course, knowing where to lay the color and how to lay the color in particular areas. Again, you know, do you use a straight technique? Do you use a semicircular? You know, you coming this way, that way. You know what I mean? Like, where are you laying your color in relation to, you know, the surface, right? Those all play a factor, and you gain that skill equally as you gain regular kind of brush skills. But otherwise, you know. Yeah, it's still something that's got to be developed. You know, it's not something you can. I mean, some people can just pick up a brush, wipe the paint off, and then just lightly hit the model and pull off a pretty decent dry brush. But if you try to get them to duplicate it, sometimes they can't because they're not sure exactly what they did that first couple times they were doing it, right? And so it's experience that you know exactly what you're doing and how you're using it. Yeah. So yeah. Vince E. I always was a huge fan of Golden airbrush paints. I think they're the best, but recently tried their paint for regular brush, and I am so impressed by their quality. Thumbs up for Golden. Yes, I like Golden paints too. They're high flow. I got like a whole selection of their high flow line here. that I use on a regular basis because the color is so strong. It goes on nice and thin, and you know, it's really fantastic stuff. Cookie Dice Club. What is your favorite model you ever painted, and could you show us a model you were happy with how it turned out? Latest example would be Rodriguez. I mean, I could still do more to this model. I could have took it further, but as far as being done with it, I'm happy. You know. There's still pictures of this guy. I haven't done a turnaround showcase video of him yet. Maybe I'll film that today. But otherwise, yeah. Here, let me adjust the focus here so you guys can appreciate some of the finer. There we go. And so it's Rodriguez, slime. That's my favorite little guy right there. Little guy with the sensor. And he's hanging onto the tentacles. He's the most fun. Of course, we got this little guy up here catching a ride. He's like all casual. He should like have like a bag of chips with him or something. Yeah. So, yeah, Nurgle Bum. So, yeah. That is the most recent piece I've done. I'm the most pleased with. Do I think it's award-winning or anything like that? Not really. I mean, I could still do way more work to that, you know, bring that up to that level. But that would be spending more time on it, and I already spent like a month on it. And I'm the next model I'm going to be working on is Marathi, and she's probably going to be a few weeks. So. But I'm going to do some fun stuff. I got some ideas bubbling in my head on how I want to paint her. And so, yeah, it'll be fun. So hopefully that answers your question. Cookie Dice Club? Yeah. Yeah. That's the latest project I've finished. And, you know, because not a lot of the models I do for tutorials get finished. Actually, they get, like, tossed onto my shelf of like the Island of Lost Toys kind of thing. They just, you know, they sit there and, you know, nothing becomes them. Or I'll use them in another video and, you know, I'll do another effect or something like that, or, you know, something. Dark Commission episode 193, Crouching Rodriguez Hidden Fight Club. Dr. Zadnos, dear Magnus, that thing is sickening. Well done. It is. He's great. I mean, I'm a Nurgle fan myself. I've been a Nurgle fan for a long time, and the hard part was knowing when to stop. Like here, like the fun. Yeah, I didn't think I showed this part, did I? Just this moment ago. But this is the other fun part. It's like the little Nurgling here. He's getting squished under his belly, right over here. Where is it? Yeah, right there. And see, little bits of pus are flying out of him. And then of course I also did all sorts of goo and stuff coming out of his mouth, all that bile. And the hard part is knowing when to stop when doing those kind of effects. Like when is it too much? When is it too much? When is too much? When can you have too much of a good thing, kind of thing, right? And so, because initially I wanted like that bile out of his mouth. I wanted that like dripping right out. And also the big mouth in his belly, I was considering doing like more kind of just like fountaining out of his mouth, out of that mouth. But then where does it stop, you know? And also, and like the open sores and stuff like that, I was thinking of doing like blood for the blood god and sticky blood effects, you know, for like all those gooey points, right? Again, when do you stop? So, yeah. VJ Morph. Ooh, I just noticed you switched your cam into close-up mode. Can you tell me what cam software you use for that, as I'm looking at starting to document my painting? The camera I'm using currently is a webcam from Logitech, the C92 or something like that, C92. what the hell's it called? C92 Pro. Whatever the Pro is. It's got a nice speaker system. It's got a nice lens, 1080. Then you got to go to Logitech to download the software for the camera to access the controls, which allows you to control the autofocus. I can also control, like, you know, how much we zoom in here. Jeez Louise. You can see all the pupils, the blemishes. Anyway, yeah, and you can control the macro on it. And you can control like brightness and white balance, contrast, color intensity, what hertz it's running. Yeah, you can control all sorts of things. The only thing that I wish you could control is the white balance, not the white balance, the gain. Which basically, whenever you see my hands comes up close, then I pull it away and see how it takes it a second for it to adjust to that. I'd like to be able to control that feature. That's too slow for me. And it adjusts when I don't want to adjust. So, yeah. Kooky Dice Club. I know the feeling. I unfortunately have a shelf similar to that at my home. Love the model. Great job. We are all inspired by you. Well, thank you. VJ Morph. Love your basing on the Rodigus, by the way. Yeah, because I him and hawed forever on what I was going to do, because I was thinking of something that was going to be kind of Age of Sigmar and kind of 40k, because he's in both, right? And I wanted him to be able to, you know, mesh with both. And then finally and I didn't think of it until I actually started building the base of what I was going to do. And then I ended up deciding that it was just going to be this big miasma of plague that he's all around him. And that would be the base. And that would actually be very fitting for whatever table he's on, because he's just got this big mess of garbage around him or whatever. I don't know. You know, so yeah. I was going to say poop or something, but it's not quite poop. It's like goo and guts and bile and, you know, contagion and, you know, whatever, right? So I don't know. It's whatever nasty stuff you can envision, you know. Killing Rivers. Way too close. Way too close. Back up. Zanos. Hey, Kris. Been looking at starting an Eldar army. Any recommendations for a good starting point? Those collecting, that new box that came out, the collecting Eldar box that comes with a Wraith Lord, a Farseer, Wraith Guard, and something else. Comes with something else. But anyway, that is actually a pretty good start right there. And then getting the book, get the Codex, and start off with that. You realistically, get the Codex first, above all else. But if you have to get some models first, well then you can't go wrong with picking up a Farseer or an Autark. But you know, you might read the book and go, you know what, geez, I want to go more jet bikey. So you might want a jet bike Farseer or a jet bike Autark, you know. Maybe you want to go Aspect Warriors, and you know, you want the Avatar, and you know what I mean. So yeah, really it is. I would highly recommend getting the book first. But if you are going to be playing in a gaming group, and you might have one or two kind of competitive type guys, or maybe you and your buddies have a bit of a rivalry going on, and you want just a little bit more punching power, then definitely getting that Start Collecting Eldar box. It's like, and it's dirt cheap. Not dirt cheap, but it's a pretty good deal. And that's got everything in it, because Wraiths right now in for Eldar are really good. Wraith Lords, Wraith Knights, Wraith Guard, Wraith Blades, they're all really good. So you can't go wrong. I can't remember what else is in that box. What else is in that box? Something else. I can't remember. Either way, yeah. So hopefully that helps. Because but I think really the big thing though is the book. Get the Codex, read through the Codex, and you know, if you are kind of a fluffy kind of player where you like the background and you know what I mean, like you kind of get really excited about that stuff, then you're definitely going to want to get the book first so that you can start planning out what kind of models you want to get. Or if you don't play a lot, pick up the models that you like the most. Just pick up the ones that you like the most, you know, and then if you later on want to build some sort of cohesive kind of army, you know, do it, right? But otherwise, yeah, picking up that starting Eldar box, Yeah, you can't go wrong with that. It's all good choices in there. That'll start you off in a good, solid Eldar army. Solid. Mad Hoser. Today's show brought to you by the letter M for miasmatic poop. Miasmatic? Asthmatic? Sugars. How do you know when it's too much? I'm looking to use Blood for the Blood God for bursting a sack on my Turvagon. Jeez Louise. But I don't want to look like it's over the top. I know, exactly. And that's the hard part, right? When is it too much? And because I've seen some examples of blood on models, and it's just the right amount. And then somewhere it was just too much, right? And so I think, well, really, if you're looking to do blood on the sacks, wow. Then, you know, I think maybe look around and see who else has kind of done bloody sacks, and, you know, try to find a middle ground. But yeah, because I mean, what is too much, right? Because I mean, like, for me, I mean, like, for that Turvagon sack, I mean, if you had, say, like a little bit of a fountain coming out of blood, and you somehow, you know, sculpted blood kind of spraying outwards, would that be too much? I don't know. See what I mean? Like, because you've gone through extra efforts to, like, you know, create this momentum, and, you know what I mean, and this movement. And so, is that too much? I don't know. But either way, it'd be really, really cool, right? I think if you're just going straight Blood for the Blood God, I think just creating like a little bit of pooling down below, maybe just a little bit of puddle on the base, and then having just a little bit of flecks of blood and spray, like kind of like it was like popped, and just like, you know, like little spray, just like a slight spray, something like that, I think would look cool. And I don't think that would go too far. But like just dripping with blood all over the place, and blah, I know the Turvagons are coming out and they're all blah, you know, that might be a little too much. I mean, I don't know. What do I know, really? I mean, be like a horror movie, big aliens, just, you know, you got just the Turvagons or Termagant's face, you know, and it's just covered in blood, and just, you know what I mean? Some people might do it. I don't know. Where am I? Oh, here we go. The Gim. Starting an Eldar army starts off with, first, alienating all your friends, learning to love the smell of cheese, selling your soul as theirs is no coming back from this. Selling your soul as there is no coming back from this. That's some advice. That's some sage advice from the Gim in his bigoted anti-Eldar rhetoric. Gummy nerds. Joking about the zooms is cold-hearted to say the least. I mean, look at those poor folks who cannot zoom. Hashtag feels. I know, like... Mad Cow Crazy at Kris. Seen the new fish elf rumor? It's pretty much confirmed. We will see elves next month. Yep. Sea elves? Yeah, we will get sea elves. Yeah. I heard about it. It'd be cool. It'd be cool, you know, if you could just like swim around like sea turtles and, you know, be awesome. Dr. Santos, I see the Gim has awoken. Dark Commission, I think someone's poking Gim with a stick. Aaron Seach, notice the hesitation when Kris said bloody sacks. Could this be a moment the show derails this week? No. Maybe. BJ Moore, Kris, I picked up Gangs of Gamorra as a start to all flying Dark Eldar army. Do you think an all-mounted force is a good idea for the army? I think so. I think it's a very good idea. The bikes are really good. The Hellions are pretty darn good. the beast packs used to be really good. I don't know if they still are. I mean, realistically, with Dark Eldar, I mean, like, the way at least I see Steve play them lots is with lots of poison. So that means you're taking lots of Venoms and Ravagers and, you know, the damn airplanes, the Razor Wings. Razor Wings. Take those things, man, and yeah, you're set to go with a whole crap ton of poison. Matt Hoser, the Gim, is a Xenoist. Matt Hoser, episode 193, derailed by bloody sacks. Gross. Gross. Pyre, Captain Daniel. Kris, have you been watching the Blue Collar Heresy? No, I have not watched them. I kind of helped Matt a little bit with some of the story planning that he was going through with like how that was all going. So I kind of knew what was already going on with it. The next Blue Collar Heresy I will be partaking in, which is going to be kind of fun. I'm going to be... Well, no, I'm not going to spoil it. I almost told you guys what I was, but I'm not going to spoil it. So, but yeah. Actually, we're going to start filming that pretty soon, I think. Yeah, I think we can start filming that pretty soon. Old Man Logan, Christian Kris, I received Zombicide Green Horde, which has a crap ton of orc zombies. Any thoughts of colors for zombie orc flesh and how to paint a crap ton of orc zombies quickly? Well, anytime we're talking painting quickly, we're talking about airbrushing. If you don't have an airbrush, then the best way is spray can, and Army Painter will be your best friend in that regard. But as far as colors for orc zombie flesh, damn, that's... Because you always tend to hit the greens, right? I mean, I guess you can always do them in light pale greens. And then hit them with, you know, like Cobra Crimsons and Jutsu Violets in the wounds and stuff like that. So you go for this really... Basically, you're going for a real pale orc, right? So you imagine the orc has died. A healthy orc is a nice green color, and then you imagine when he dies, his skin goes a real pale green, right? Like a desaturated green. So, like something like, almost like something like, say, Strachan green, which is kind of like, you know, kind of like that, or even like Nurgling green, right? Nurgling green. Something along those lines. So really desaturated. Stay light. You know, you could even with those tones, say like Strachan green if it was your base, and you could highlight up with, say, Screaming Skull, just a couple layers of up with Screaming Skull, and then use Cobra Crimson and Jutsu Violet for like the bruising and the fleshy parts, and I think you'd be done. No! Piss off. No phone calls while I'm on Way the Brush. While I'm talking to my peeps. Anyway. No, shut up. Where are we? Oh, yeah. So, hopefully, Old Man Logan, that kind of gives you an idea on kind of where to go. And I'm sure we'll talk more about it later on, but yeah. At least that's the way I kind of imagine an orc, kind of like he just, you know, his blood's gone and blood, you know, and he kind of goes pale, right? So really pale kind of green. Vince E, I just watched your quick tip video on how to take pictures with your cell phone. Let's see if I can make this work. Yeah, definitely. Really, again, as I mentioned, with all photography and even with your cell phone, whatever, it's always about the light. It's the amount of light coming in. The more light, the better. But of course, you want to diffuse that light, especially, you know, if it's like direct sunlight. Sometimes you want to diffuse it, and so there's ways of diffusing a piece of paper, bed sheet, you know, stuff like that. You can diffuse the light. But yeah, because you don't ever want harsh shadows. You just want a healthy little bit of light. VJ Morph, sounds to me like Kris, mini wargaming, know more about sea elves than what he can say. Damn knows GW and DAs. No comment. Reckless GK got an Annihilation Barge build. Now off for an adventure. Have a great day, y'all. See you later, Reckless. George, I am here. Welcome, George. Welcome back, because I thought you were here earlier. John J, do any of you keep track of your win-loss ratio with your armies? When I was younger, and I gave a kind of crap about that, like my stats. I cared about my stats. Yeah, I kept track of my win-loss ratio, because it was kind of, buddy, you know what I mean? Like, it was like, I got 10 wins over my buddy over here, and you know what I mean? And so last game, it's like, okay, we're ready to, for another win or another loss. And so, it's kind of, I got to win this one. Otherwise, he's going to, keep bugging me about it. It's going to go on his records. And we all used to do it. And, it was fun. Nowadays, no, I don't keep track. I couldn't tell you if the last game of 40K I played, I won or lost. I can't even remember when the hell I played last. Was it a tournament or was it Steve? Lately it's either one, right? So I got a 50-50 chance. Steve, yes. Oh yeah, it was. We played. I played mostly Foot Eldar. That's right. I brought mostly Foot Eldar against his Dark Eldar. That's it. Oh, I did win that one. Yeah. Okay. Never mind. I did win my last game. Okay. Sammy C over on Twitch. Sorry I'm a bit late. Caught up with work and everything else, but glad to catch the last bit. Aloha to all. Aloha. Aloha. The Gim. Why not making them brown as they're vegetable based, right? Plants turn brown as they rot? Sure. That's another excellent idea. Sure. Well, that's why I was saying with the green and then add like the Screaming Skull, because that kind of gives you a bit more of fleshy tones. But sure, adding brown, just trying to think of how you'd start that off. Because I mean, you could go with say Straken green, and then shade wash the model with say something like not quite Agrax Earthshade, or even sepia. You probably go with sepia though. But I was thinking like something like Rhinox hide, something along those lines, and give it a shade wash of that, and do that. I think that'd be kind of cool. Yeah, but brown's an excellent idea. Sure, brown works. Why not? Right? Because if they are kind of vegetable-y, brown would work. All the same. Even black. Right? Like bananas. They'll turn like right black. Why not? Why not? Even with gray fuzz, right? From mold and stuff like that. Sure. All sorts of crazy crap, right? Dark Commission, episode 193, Get Lost. I'm talking to my peeps. I like it. I'm using it. Get Lost, I'm talking to my peeps. Here we go. And that's about as accurate as I can get. Sorry, I'm just putting it in here. And updating. No, updating. Update. Bing, 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 boom. Bing, bada, boom. Big, bada, boom. There we go. There we go. There we go. Good. 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 Gim. Just a suggestion, but look at a rotting green vegetable. Yeah, no, I think it's an excellent idea. Yeah. And it would fit, right? Because orcs are vegetable, like plant-like and fungus-like, so I think so. Sugars, Hellions look awesome. I'm looking to buy some after I finish my mandrakes. Do you have much success with your mandrakes? Because it doesn't seem like a lot of people use mandrakes these days. Email time, Nick Dumont? I think so. I think so. I think so. I'm just going through these comments real quick here. I'm just going to see if there's anything important. Kaylin Rivers, hey Chris, would it be okay if I had a Way of the Brush suspender set for my pants to go along with my shirt? Sure. If you want, sure. I mean, Oh, but then I see what you mean, because then you want to have like the thing on the suspenders. I got you. Whereas it would not be, you know, kind of non-official kind of thing. I got you. That's kind of a tough one, because then if I say yeah to you, then I have to say yes to everybody else, right? And so I guess maybe I'll have to make a suspender set. Is there anybody out there who do like custom suspenders? Because the one site I go through for a lot of my artwork is called Zazzle. I don't know if they do suspenders, but if they do, then I might make those available. Because I don't think Spreadshirt does make suspenders, because that's currently where all the shirts are being made, is Spreadshirt, right? Maybe I should be a silverback. Anyway. Sugars. Unfortunately, Steve doesn't like combat, so you won't see him use anything like Hellions, Witches, Incubi, or Clawed Fiends. Most Dark Elder players just spam Venoms and Ravagers. Boring. Unfortunately, yeah, but poison's just so darn good. And I mean, that's the best way to get the most poison out there. I mean, if you want to cause the most problems for your enemy, and it's kind of like a tournament type setting where you're not sure who you're going to play, then, you know, yeah, you might want to go that route. But I mean, yeah, if you're looking to build something kind of fluffy, you know what I mean? Like I've always wanted to add a witch cult to my army, because most of the time I was playing just jet bikes, and I had no close combat ability, and so I wanted to have some close combat ability, and I didn't really want to go with aspect warriors. I wanted to do something fun, and I thought doing witches would be really cool. Witches and raiders, you know, providing me that close combat support, you know. And I also like the idea of the beast packs at the time, because the beast packs were really, really tanky, and so yeah. And of course, Dark Elder had access to the Webway portal at the time, and yeah, so there was lots of shenanigans you could do with the Dark Elder. The Monkey Lord beats his chest. Call of the Brush. Caitlin Rivers, yeah, there are sites. I already sent you a link in an email a while back. Oh, okay. And so let's do email, because what time we at? Holy man, we're got 20 minutes left of the show. Let's do some emails. Let's crank out a couple emails, because, well, I'm only 6 days behind, so that's only a week. That's not bad. 6 days is less than a week. I'm right on time with these things, actually. Okay, headphones. Email time. Email time. This is from Cookie. Cookie? Am I even saying that right? Or is it Cookie? Anyway. Hey Chris, my name is Luca, 18-year-old from Croatia. I'm a big fan of yours and a big fan of mini wargaming as well. I'm sending you some of my miniatures and dioramas and would like to get your opinion on the paint job, color schemes, techniques, etc. I'll be sending you some Malifaux miniatures, my 40k Necrons, and some dioramas. Very cool. And so here we have a picture of a little demon. A little demon. And right off the hop, I like the style. This kind of looks a bit like a chibi style. I wish it was just a little bit more. It didn't get so pixelated, but I mean, like, lots of detail, not a lot of transition in the small areas. But again, in these small areas, it's always really hard to get a lot of transition. But I like, you know, he got the edge glow around the hexagon plates around here and everything. I like the highlighting on the horn. That's really, really good. Like on the horn, there's lots of transition going on here. The flesh is a bit of transition going on, but like on the, like, I'd like to see more on the hexagons. But otherwise, no, it's really fantastic. This is really nice. Really great piece. Oh, look at this. He's flamethrowing his way in through the door. Oh man, I wish these were just a little bit more high res. I think we'd see a little bit more intensity of light at the base here, and in through the central portion of the column here. Would we get that really intense glow of white from off the statues? Hard to say. You know what I mean? You kind of have to imagine little bubbles, right, of light coming out and you know what I mean, and radiating. Like, how intense is the light from these little flames? I don't imagine them being that intense in comparison to how big and how intense this flame is on these. I also think that the transition of the white and blue could be a little bit more extended out further, so it gets really kind of bright, kind of like how you did it on the back flames, you know. But otherwise, really cool. I like that diorama. I like that. He's just kind of blasting his way through the door. Oh, look at this. Oh, this is really good. I really like this. This is nice. I like the transitions in the pants and the leather. Love your attention to detail. Lightning looks really cool. I like that you did a bit of the OSL on the fence and the wall. I don't know if it was entirely necessary. You know what I mean? Like, because there's no OSL happening on the ground, right? I realize, like, you know, just on the fence it's not so bad, and I think on the metal column, I think you'd have more like that streaky kind of highlighting, you know what I mean, where you get the solid band of color just to represent that big curvature in it rather than a big broad kind of glow on it. Because the other part is the OSL. Like, you know, how far do you go with the OSL? Because I mean, like, there's no OSL happening on his shoulders, right? But it looks like there's a bit on his hair. He got some on his hand. But either way, it's a really great piece. Love the I really like this piece. This is really cool. Love the texture and color. The weathering there, right in through there. That's really nice. Overall, really great piece. And that's just minor nitpickiness on just the OSL. That's pretty good. I think like standing on an egg. Yeah, standing on an egg. Or a seashell. That's a seashell. This one's really good. I like it. It doesn't have the same attention to detail as this one. This one has, like, I like how you created the transitions in the leather and such. I love the tones. It has a very natural feeling to it. Whereas this guy, I can see, you know, the texture and everything like that. It's a bit more stylized. It's different. But it might be maybe from a different time in your painting, though. Maybe. These are really cool. Very, very cool. I like these guys. I think my favorites are the yellow and the red. The yellow I really like because I like the claws. I love the transition in through the claws on there. Oh, and you got the hexagonal base going on too. That's cool. These are from Malifaux, right? Very, very cool. The blue is really good. I like the red. Yeah, it's very nice. I like the style. Some sort of little worm. I couldn't begin to tell you what it is. Necrons? Oh, I think we saw the... Did we see these last week? I thought we seen these last week. I thought we looked at these orange ones because I was commenting on the crystals, how I like the orange on this metallic. Yeah, and I was talking about getting a smoother shade on these metals. You got these big broad surfaces. Oh, I don't think I've seen these though. These are very cool. I like the shields. Kind of has this fiery pattern to it. Very nice. The portal, I think you could have had a bit more of a like blends with deeper colors along the outside and building towards a brighter central point with just maybe like a couple little highlights like running through, you know, so that we get a bit more of a sense of depth with these portals rather than kind of uniformly coloring it, if you kind of catch my meaning. Oh, wow, this is cool. Really like the leathers. Man, you do these models really nicely. I wish this was a bit more high res. I can really kind of get in and look at this. I love the poster touch. That's really cool. I love the, you know, the porch. Old Western kind of vibe to it. I like the highlighting in the pants though, and the overall tones. Really good. Looks like that monster from the Disney movie. The hell's that? The one with the little girl. He's an alien. Anyway. Very cool, Luca. Thank you for sending that in. That is awesome stuff. Very, very cool. And yeah, I mean, I really don't have much more to say. There's just some really, really great painting there. I mean, the lightning dude, I think he would have been fine without the OSL on the stuff. You know, I think the white on the lightning as well could have been pushed back a little bit more and allowed a little bit more of the blues to play inside, and maybe just had just the white on the outs on the most extreme corners of things. I think something like that, you know. But otherwise, I mean, either way, it was fantastic painting, man. Really nice, really awesome stuff. Any comments for me? VJ Moore, Kris, do you do Shadespire? No, but I'm thinking about it. I'm toying with the idea. The little dwarf team for Shadespire is kind of, I like dwarves, and the little Slayer dudes, you know, little naked Mohawk dudes, kind of do it for me, really. Unless, of course, those dark, the new Blood Witches or whatever the heck they're called, if they come up with a unit, then I might go with those, because these Blood Witches are pretty darn cool. Lilo and Stitch. That's it. Thank you, Kaylin Rivers. Yes. Lilo and Stitch. Gotcha. Cookie, Kris. It's Tesla, the most famous Croatian scientist. Yeah, Tesla. Well, we got a big thing on him over here at Niagara Falls. There's a whole big Tesla monument to him. It's a big statue of Tesla. If you ever come this way to Niagara Falls, it's actually in Niagara, New York, but yeah, it's a big Tesla thing there. A big thing to the man, if you're a big fan of Tesla. Lilo and Stitch, yeah, Lilo and Stitch. It's a Disney movie, isn't it? Isn't it a Disney movie? Or he's a little alien. He's got like, you know, he's a little blue guy. He looks really cute, but he's actually kind of vicious, and you know. Is that the same movie? I don't know. Is it the same movie? I might be wrong. The female gunslinger? I think that's from Malifaux, isn't it? Isn't the bear and all those little guys, aren't those all from Malifaux? I believe. Cookie? Cookie? Cookie! We need answers. Cookie. 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 Yeah. Cookie, yeah. Croats are really bad at keeping good people in their country. So he went to America. That's with anywhere, really. You know, what is it, like, you know, artists are rarely appreciated in their own time. Yeah. All right, let's do another email. This one is from Jacob. Jacob, Oh, shit. I'm showing his email. Here we go. Hello, Monkey Lord. Yes, I would love to see a demo of you painting the black turquoise effect. My way of doing it takes about 6 to 8 coats of black glazes. Oof. Here are some pics, follow-up pics of work done. And as always, thanks for the tips. And so as you may recall, he was laying the black down, and then he was laying like white down, and then putting the turquoise on top. And then he was having to struggle to put the black glazes and push that turquoise effect back again. And so basically he wants to go for that turquoise black look, but he's often having to struggle to, you know, push it back a bit more because he's often got too much going on. We addressed it in the previous episode. And so here we're just following up with some more of his efforts here. And like this one's not bad at all. And I was looking at, oh crap, the first one here. And like it seems like a little bit much, but you know what? It doesn't really bother me. Like it doesn't take me out of the feeling of the black. Maybe just on some of the bigger points, maybe just a little too broad. Like, see, because here is a lot of black, so I mean, it feels very black, and it feels like very like the turquoise is along the edges, right? Yeah. Yeah, you definitely have to push some of that back, though. See, on the wings, it doesn't look too bad, but like on here in the body, it seems like there's too much turquoise in here. Then here he's pushing it back with the black. Gets you back into it. It actually looks pretty darn good. You lose a lot though. It's just like after 8 layers or something like that. That's a lot of layers to get back to that. That's a lot of work to get back to that. But it looks cool. And I think next thing is just putting little edges. Just edging it. I mean, you already have the transitions going on. I think all you got to do is edge it. I think that's the only step you're missing, buddy. But otherwise, thank you, Jacob, for sending that in. Thank you for keeping us up to date on your efforts. And I think that's really after you. I mean, after you go into that effect, I think all you have to do is just give a light edge of, like, you know, Inky by Darkness. Get your hands on that color, Inky by Darkness, and just lay a little bit of that on the edges, and I think you'll be fine. What time we at? 6 minutes left. Let's do one more. This is from Cake Jelly. Hey Kris, Monkey Primark. Cake Jelly here. I have a friend that loves death. Oh, jeez Louise. And she wants to do an ice effect on most of her units, but I can't find out how to do it. She found this pic online that shows the effect she wants on the sword and the spirit hosts, but can't figure out how the artist of the pic has done it. All help would be appreciated. So there is a pic. This is not theirs, but this is the effect that they're looking for on this sword. Okay, and on the spirits. Okay. It looks like a really nice paint job by whoever did this, and it looks like the same effect was used on the base as well. We love how that almost looks like it's glowing. That's really cool. Anyway, so whoever the artist is that did this, very nice work. And for everybody else out there, to do that icy effect, that looks like they used something which, for all the Vault members out there who watch me do Rodicus's base, it's the same stuff. That's what that looks like to me. And then they give it a light edge dry brushing of white just to capture the high points, especially on the sword and stuff. Now let me zoom in more and look at this sword again. Yeah, you know what? I think that's what it is. And they're waiting for it to almost set, and then they're pulling on it, and then they're they're getting that sharp look, because the stuff itself. Okay, what am I talking about? You guys probably wondering, ooh, what am I talking about? Well, I am talking about, where the hell is it? Oh, there. What am I talking about? I am talking about Liquitex Gloss Heavy Gel. Okay, this stuff here is thick as hell, and when it dries, it looks kind of white and pasty, but when it dries absolutely clear. Okay, so I think what I'm imagining they did is they timed out how much time they could play with this before it actually started to really dry. And it probably doesn't take, I don't think this takes very long to dry, because in the video I did for Rodigus, as I was working my way around the base, the first parts that I touched with this stuff were already starting to dry. So it actually dries probably fairly quickly. And for that ice effect, they probably lay this on fairly heavily, let it set for a little bit, and then pull at it to get some sharp crystals to occur. Let it fully dry, and then they might have came in with a dry brush, or even, no, it looks like the high points. I think they just did an edge highlight on the stuff, because that's what it looks like to me. Because it looks like the same stuff they use in the base, and it looks like they add a little bit of snow effects to it as well, to get a snowy kind of look. And like I said, this stuff here, you can add whatever. You can add colors to this, you can add whatever, and you make your effects. It's really fantastic stuff. Go, anybody who wants to do any kind of fun water effects, this stuff's really good. Gloss Heavy Gel. It's really good stuff. And yeah, that's what this base looks like to be. So like, for example here, let me come back into the picture here. Now, like I said, I have no idea what these people actually did. I am merely speculating. But yeah, so they laid a heavy layer down. Now they painted the sword first. They painted the sword, and then they laid this gloss layer down. Gave it a few moments to dry, and then with their little spatula tool, they pulled at it, and pulled at it, and pulled the whatever direction I guess they wanted, right? To get those little crystal, those sharp little things to move. And then you can see on some of the high points, like here, here, and along here, you can even see like the spatula lines here and here, and it's the high points. And so they probably hit it with just a white scar or a Praxetti white dry brush and catch the high points, and that's it. And it looks that way for the ghosts as well. I'm willing to bet that's what they used, or something similar. I'm sure it's not exactly that, but that's how I would pull off that effect. So, thank you, Kate Jelly, for sending that email. And maybe I'll do a video duplicating that kind of effect on something. I don't know what. Maybe the ogres. Josh has got a bunch of ogres. Maybe I'll do it on an ogre. Oh wait, you know what? I got one of those heads around. Maybe I'll just do it on one of the heads. Anyway, so hopefully, Kate Jelly, the one who sent the email, sends his thanks. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, so I think that's pretty much how that effect is achieved. Is gloss heavy gel. Just give it a couple. Just experiment first. Lay a little bit down. See where it starts to become tacky almost, and then give that a quick pull, and you'll get those hard streaks, and you'll get those sharp angles and stuff like that, and it'll give you that kind of frost kind of look. It'd be kind of interesting to actually do one. You know, like if you remember, like Batman and Mr. Freeze, and Mr. Freeze used that gun, and he got like that big icicle around him, but you can see like those heavy crystals kind of coming out. It'd be kind of interesting to try something like that on a model. Like he's been hit by the freeze gun, and you know, oh, maybe we should do that for Batman, because we have the Batman models, and I think we have a Mr. Freeze. We should try that. The Gim, mix Liquitex soft body artist color and Liquitex heavy body artist color to extend volume, increase transparency, and increase color viscosity from the website. Okay. Had to head out. Appreciate the help. Yeah, no problem. Julia. Sugars. Oh, geez. Looks awesome. Yeah. The ice effect is really cool. And for Nagash, I mean, it's pretty interesting, right? I mean, you know, it's different anyway. I mean, I thought I was being different when I did the stuff in fire, and then, you know, somebody else did it kind of ghostly with ice, and I kind of like that look. I kind of like the icy look to it. Alrighty, what time are we at here? Holy crap, it's already after 2. We're done. I think we're done. We're done? We're done. Are we done? Yeah, because K-Jelly bugged me early on about the email, and I got to K-Jelly's email, and everybody else's email. Where's K-Jelly? Yeah. That was on... Oh, yeah. The latest email, when we come back next episode, it'll be from the February 20th. What are we at? The 24th. That's 4 days ago, people. 4 days ago. Come on. We're still in good shape for emails. But keep them coming in, of course. So, any other pressing questions in the chat? I don't see any. Sugars. I was looking for an ice fire for my Incarn, but that looks far too complicated. Oh, yeah, on the Incarn. Like doing that icy... Oh, yeah. What if you did... Oh, man. What if you did the ectoplasm around the Incarn, right? You did it in really light blues. Almost like almost fluorescent. And you even got like fluorescent blues. And then did that ice effect coming down from the ectoplasm. That would look really cool. Right? Like kind of just stand there, you know, and it's got this ectoplasm ice coming around. Yeah, that'd be cool. The Gim, you play Eldar. You've been done for decades. Gim, guess what finger I'm holding up right now? Wait, hold on. There we go. Okay, so if you are brand new to the hobby, or you are stuck on a color scheme, commission painting service, maybe you want to drum up some extra exposure, maybe you just want help on whatever, or maybe there's just this pressing question you just got on your brain, and you don't know where else to turn, send your email to Kris@miniwargaming.com. I'll be happy to answer it on the show. And of course, you can always join us on Facebook, Discord. Discord's been a lot of fun. Of course, you can always head to wayofthebrush.com, and that'll get you to all the little social media. It'll get you on my Twitter, get you on the Instagram, Facebook, Discord. Be sure to join us on Discord, man, because Discord's a lot of fun. And we often head into the Discord after Way of the Brush. Like, after I do one of these, I often turn on the Discord and talk with everybody just for a bit, and, see what everybody's, doing, and have a few laughs and what have you. And, yeah, so, wayofthebrush.com, join us there. And, of course, Patreon. I'd like to thank all my Patreon supporters out there. You guys have been fantastic, and, of course, been trying. Oh, yeah, don't forget, for the Patreon supporters, tomorrow, I'm going to do a live for the Patreon supporters, doing another live broadcast for them tomorrow. For all the Patreon supporters, I'm just reminding, but the bi-monthly broadcast. So yeah, we'll do another one tomorrow. Where basically probably I'm just going to work on my model and talk to you guys for a bit. So yeah, is that it? T-shirts. Of course, if you go to wayofthebrush.com, you'll see the link for the T-shirts. Of course, the Monkey Shrine. Oh, the Monkey Shrine. That's right. If you bought a T-shirt and have yet to send me a picture of yourself in your shirt, please send it to me soon, because I want to fill up the Monkey Shrine. I want to have a whole bunch of you guys in the Monkey Shrine. To shrines, to monkeys, and I want you guys all in there. So, and I know a bunch of you guys have bought shirts, because, shirt sales have been, pretty decent. So I know there's a whole bunch of you out there with these shirts. The game, top secret shit, no pants edition. No, I might be filming it here, so there'll be pants. Yeah, so I don't know. We done? We're done, I think. Maybe. Yeah, we're done. Take care of your brushes. They'll take care of you, and I will see you guys next week. Next week? Yeah, next week. Maybe. Most likely. Probably. Oh, yeah. Maybe.